Akira listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton, welcome to the podcast. Here we are at the end of the May 2026 Basho, and despite missing a large chunk of the top division Sanyaku wrestlers, there were still some high quality fights. Komusubi Wakataka Kage eventually beat out Ozeki Kirishima for the title, and along the way he had some very memorable fights. So let's have a look at some of my favourite bouts from the tournament. First up, let's check out the worst move of the tournament. It has to be Hoshoryu, day one against Takayasu. The Yokozuna had a great chance to take this tournament, but a terrible defensive move, which resulted in him stretching badly, ended it on day one with a torn hamstring. Let's watch the fight.
Veteran Takayasu slightly leads their series 10-7, but it was the Yokozuna who outlasted him in their past 5 matches. Double hand attack by Takayasu. Left hand inside, Takayasu circles around and down goes the Yokozuna, but it looks like Hoshoryu going down in a bad way. He may have hurt that right thigh, which he was just holding now. Going down the Hanamichi, checking the replay here. Left hand inside deep for Takayasu. Immediately after the tachi and locking up, Takayasu responds. He gets that outside grip to hit that watenage.
So, we had the worst move. Let's look at my choice for the best move. Maybe the best defensive move to a winning move. It has to be Ura against Wakanosho on day 11. An incredible defense on the bails, great flexibility, but the key here is Ura's patience to wait for an opportunity to absorb the blows and to fire in under Wakanosho's arms to set up the Karasakashi under shoulder swing down. Let's have a watch.
Ura is 1 win away from his first Kachikoshi this year. Wakanosho, the only newcomer to the top division. He needs 2 more wins. Ura getting blasted back by Wakanosho. Wakanosho thrusting with all his might, but he can't finish off Ura. Instead, Ura uses his impressive flexibility to get behind Wakanosho and win with a Katasukashi. First Kachikoshi of 2026. Wakanosho off to a great start, but he can't finish off Ura. Ura instead bends his body and then gets a double arm grip and uses that for a Katasukashi.
Next up, the best defense. Here I chose Hakano Fuji versus Asa Hakoryu on day 4. An incredible defense on the bails, while Hakano Fuji was tied up tight in a Kimadashi arm lock. Somehow he resisted, he returned to the ring and to win this one, to turn the tables on Asa Hakoryu with a pivot and a Yorikiri force out. A great defense which turned into a great win. Let's watch.
They come in very low at the tachi. Both hands inside by Hakuno Fuji and Asa Hakoryu squeezing the elbows of Hakuno Fuji. Hakuno Fuji struggling to extract his arms. Now he uses that position for an amazing Yorikiri. Ooh, that had to hurt.
Next up, the best yeet of the tournament. Now you say, what is a yeet? Well, for me, it's a forceful ejection from the dohyo, and that's exactly what Wakataka Kage achieved over Tobizaru on day 13. Tobizaru landed in the front row, taking out one of the spectator ladies and a shimpan. Such power.
Inside briefly. Tobizaru's high, he tried a kubinage, and he's lifted straight off the dojo by a very powerful Wakataka Kage to win by tsuridashi, a frontal lift out. There's only about 3 or 4 kilos difference in weight between the two, but the way Wakataka Kage picked him up made him look like a lightweight. Sheer strength here by Wakataka Kage, lift and out. Big win by the Komusubi. He is a Yusho winner. And now he's still in contention to pick up his second Yusho. Thanks for coming.
So, onto the brutal move of the Basho. Now, Kirishima dealt Ura a brutal knockdown to force the playoff on day 15. A shove to the left, a kick from the right, and Ura hit the dirt like a sack of potatoes.
Strong arm lock by Kirishima and a huge blow with his left hand to Ura for the upcoming playoff match against the man on the left. What a strong performance by Kirishima. Kirishima hardly breaks a sweat. Frontal push down.
But I decided there was another one I could not ignore. Fujinokawa versus Fujisein on day 13. A brutal shove down. It was a really good fight too. That stuck in my memory. A worthy tie for the most brutal move.
Bang! Good solid grip by inside with the right hand by Fujinokawa. But locking that up and squeezing as well is Fujisein. Trying to retreat here is Fujinokawa, but in tight now with that solid outside grip. A leg trip attempt, hooking attempt by Fujinokawa, but staying in tight. A sweep attempt by Fujinokawa, throttling the throat at the edge, diving to his left. And I think you'll find that Fujinokawa's bit the dust before Fujisein hit the clay. And Fujisein avoids Makekoshi. What a wonderful struggle between two desperate Rikshi. There was a hooking attempt by Fujinokawa, but he couldn't really get anything done with the left. He goes one way, then the other, then tries the hook. There, that doesn't work. Then he tries a foot sweep, same leg, across the body. There, that didn't work. And that strong left-hand grip, Fujisein then throttling the throat. Down goes Fujinokawa.
So, on to Fight of the Basho. Now, I've chosen 3 fights, well, because I can. First up, day 5, Wakataka Kage versus the Pocket Rocket Fujinokawa. Now, this showed us the form that Wakataka Kage was in as if we needed any other proof. Fujinokawa, he's a dangerous opponent, and he's got a couple of Kimboshi to his name now. Now, once Wakataka Kage got the belt, he never let go.
Bang, slamming into each other. Fujinokawa goes deep with the right hand. Left hand shallow for Wakataka Kage. Right hand in for him. Favorite position. Rock and roll. Back and forth. Fujinokawa grabs a hold of the arm to try and get some ascendancy with the right hand inside. That doesn't work. Maintaining that solid left grip is Wakataka Kage. Now tries to overpower Fujinokawa, who's really digging deep, but out he goes. Yorikiri, Wakataka Kage. Stays in contention with his 5th win. Fighting sumo from both men. Two dynamite Rikshi, when at their best, very hard to beat. And never let go of that solid grip, Wakataka Kage. All the ability from Fujinokawa to try and shake it off, to try and get into a better position himself. And the left hand is still there, solid by Wakataka Kage. And that's the key to this win. He never let go.
Next up, a lucky win for Kirishima, or a fantastic technical move over Koto Eiho on day 14. For me, it was a brilliant technical move. Kirishima was under pressure, pulled a pivoting backwards throw and uchari on the bales, where he drops his weight, pivots, and throws Koto Eiho over the bales around him. Now, the key here is when you watch the slow replay, is watch how Kirishima extends his leg that's in the air, bends his other leg to ensure that Koto Eiho goes down and touches first. An incredible ring sense, a really technical use of the uchari, and a great fight.
Koto Eiho left hand inside. Same for Kirishima, who tries to throw, but Koto Eiho stays on his feet. Koto Eiho moves forward. Koto Eiho now left hand in again. Kirishima left hand, but a little high. A leg trip attempt there by Kokugikan. They're up the edge and a throw. Uchari. The foot stays in and he pulls the throw. Dynamic sumo from Kirishima. Wonderful performance. The Gumbai went to Kokugikan. Kirishima prevails. Wonderful effort by Kokugikan. But Kirishima now moves to 11-2. But this Uchari is absolutely dynamite. He pivots, he rocks his foot near the Tawara and pulls the Uchari. Backward pivot throw win for Kirishima.
So, on to the fight that excited me the most when I saw it. Wakataka Kage versus Atami Fuji. The power, the strength, the ring sense, the ability to turn a pressure moment into a win beyond all odds, and the ability to lift some 200 kilograms of Atami Fuji around his body. A worthy winner of the Basho.
Hard and fast, shallow grip. Wakataka Kage, that's what he wants. Can he do something with it? He's still got a hold with the left. Taken back by Atami Fuji, who recovers nicely. He's on the run, though. He retreats, he gets in and under, grabs the arm like he did last time they met, but Wakataka Kage stays solid, keeps the grip, now has a double inside grip, lifts up Atami Fuji to the edge, and out. Wakataka Kage stays in the Yusho race and gets Kachikoshi. Nice response from the fans at the Kokugikan. Well, he almost got into the same position the last time they met, and it resulted in a loss. But this time, Wakataka Kage, when he was locked up on the arm by Atami Fuji, recovered with that strong inside grip. Now, there's the lockup. But Wakataka Kage does get into a position inside. He's got the shallow left out. It becomes almost inside double grip. And he takes him to the edge and out. Nice.
So that's it, folks. Thanks for joining me. Hakioi. Let's learn sumo.
Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Sumo rhythm can't be beat. Feel the power, hear the sound. Sumo stomp all around. Feel the energy, sumo stomp.